Oh, so sorry for being late there, guys.
12 seconds late.
We were too busy chatting and we completely lost track of the time. What came over us? Yeah. How we doing, boys? Boys and girl, boys and singular girl. How we doing? How you doing, crossover? You sound like my wife right now, crossover. Damn.
Nuts.
Yeah, how we all doing tonight? But yes, it's a debate that I couldn't keep my eyes from. I
saw it. I saw it pop up, and I was just like, I wonder what that's about. But it was right before I jumped in here, so.
Yeah, as soon as because I've thought about doing debates in the past and doing phone-ins. You know, we've talked about it, and I'm like, if somebody starts going at me about the American Civil War, I'm just gonna fucking hang up, mate.
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna be like, I can't hear you, and then I'll just like disconnect the call.
Oh no, I wanted that. I don't want to hear that.
Yeah, I'm not.
No.
Yeah, interesting though. Yeah, that's interesting. How we doing, boys? What's good in the hood? Hoping we can get some. Hoping we can get a couple of like pick ideas done today because I'm really struggling with the formulation of a goddamn parlay this weekend. I still haven't got one. I've got no idea what I'm gonna do. How you doing, Crystal?
Yeah, like, is it because the fights are not as? I mean, they're exciting, but like they're not as polarizing.
Yeah. I think it's more to do with either like they're very close or like the odds are fucking. I don't like the odds. It's like me betting -400 on Tom Aspinall. I'm not liking. How you doing, fellow cocksucker? Taz? We were talking about you the other day.
That wasn't directed to me there, Taz. So I don't know who you're talking to on that. But what's up?
I think that was directed at me. Yeah, for sure. That was definitely in my direction. Fair enough.
Crystal, you can switch over there. It's up to you. Honestly.
As long as you're subscribed at this point, we're pretty happy.
Yeah.
Because I'm probably going to be doing some polls in here at some point. So if you want to partake in the polls, why not open both of them?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to put a parlay together as well, Sven. I need help, to be honest, because I'd rather just follow some people in blind faith as I do every week. Because I'm not gonna be on a Friday because I'm gonna be in Manchester at that Q&A session with Brutally. So I'm not gonna be going on Friday as I usually do. So that could be very helpful. You know, I'm stumped. I don't know who to pick.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's certain fights. I even threw it up in ITP stream earlier, like the Patty and Bobby fight.
I'm not betting on that.
I don't know how that's
I'm
gonna go.
definitely leaving that alone. Yeah, there's no way I'm touching that. Yeah. So I guess we'll see. What fight do you guys want to talk about first? I guess is the question. We're not going to go through all of them because I don't want to be here all fucking night. But I reckon we could get through like 7 or 8. I reckon we'll do a couple on the prelims, and there's definitely some that I don't want to waste my time talking about. Bannon, yeah, like just people like not really that keen on. Put it that way.
Yeah. You know what? Let me pull up the card. I haven't looked at it today. How about that? Mokaev against Cop.
We can do Mokaev and Cap first. I'm all right with that. Let me find where the okay, there we go. Let's stick up Mokaev and Cap first.
Well, while you're pulling that up though, let me ask you this. How do you feel and how do y'all feel about the Mokaev and Cop fight being moved to the early prelims? What's up, Chris?
Yeah, I don't know about you guys. I get it. I get it. Cap might not turn up. I think is the obvious answer to that one. But also, like, I think it has like a very high chance of being shit as well. It could be a very shit fight. Whereas like Christian Leroy Duncan, whose name I finally figured out how to say without going um Duncan. Like it always causes me to have like a minor brain aneurysm, and then I'm like, Duncan. Because I keep thinking Liam Duncan Smith, which is like some fat British politician who is obviously not the guy we're talking about. Christian Leroy. I think Christian Leroy Duncan and Rodriguez is going to be a banger. I mean, they're going to be bangers.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that'll be a
I
good
finally managed to
dunk
get
fight.
Herb Dean. I finally managed to get Herb Dean on the chat. Fucking, this is where I'm elevating up in the world. Got me and Herb up in
I
here.
look far better than Herb Dean. Far better than Herb Dean. But Herb Dean. But no, I understand what you're saying though. Like that's like, is there something going on behind the scenes that we don't know about? Like, I'm very
Potentially,
curious.
potentially. I think Mohammed Makayev is shit. But the one thing that kind of is kind of leaning on my answer here is this new rule set applying to 304, or is it coming on like later on?
I know the 12 to 6 elbows doesn't go into effect until November.
Okay, so Makayev is safe for this fight in terms of like the grounded opponent thing. I
Yeah.
think I think Makayev is going to spend the majority of this fight in the doggy position on the floor, all fours, and I think he might. I think like I'm not going to bet on Cap as much as I love him. I think Makayev might win the fight in a very similar way. Win the fight in a very similar way to the way he beat Perez, but I'm hoping that Cap beats the fucking brakes off him because I think Makayev sucks legitimately.
Yeah. I mean, I really, really hope that Makayev loses this fight, because if he wins this fight, dude, like he's on the short list to get a title shot.
And that's really what we all need. That's really what we
Mhm.
all need. I'm kind of with I do think it's literally down to that. I think it's down to two things. I think it's they don't think the fight's gonna happen. MMA plug, how you doing, bro? You are fucking killing it, man. I swear to God, I get like a notification. I subscribed to MMA plug like recently, and I literally get a notification what feels like every 45 seconds from MMA plug. My G's whacking out the shorts hard. Very entertaining channel though. So if you're not subscribed to MMA plug, do that immediately. Do that at once. But yeah,
I'm not
sorry, I got.
subscribed to MMA Club. Let's see. I don't know if I am.
But I think Makayev will wrestle the fuck out. That seems to be the conventional choice for people. I think Cap's gonna chin him out. Maybe it's just something I want to wish into fruition because Cap can be a little bit. He can be a little bit silly in there. You know, like not like a very active striker. Sometimes
Hmm.
admires his own work too much, and that does concern me a little bit. But I need Manel Cap to win this fight, so I'm picking Manel Cap. I'm going against my brain, and I'm going with Manel Cap. I think Makayev sucks.
Yeah, I'm definitely leaning Manel Cap on that one, because I just feel like that would be best for the division. I definitely think so.
Yeah, I mean, Plymouth. If you've seen every Manel Cap fight, that's pretty much what he does. He looked like a much more diverse striker earlier on in his career, and I don't know, but ever since he's got into the UFC, he's looked dreadful. And it's just the whole crouching on the floor in defensive positions that I really hate. So I don't know. I'm just hoping for the
Yeah.
sake of MMA and for our collective sanity that Manel gets it done. And you know how much of a big Manel cat. I feel like I if I can have an excuse to throw like a Manel soundbite into one of my videos, I'm straight on it. I just love him calling. If ever I can throw a pussy or a faggot in there, like I'm all over it. Like, I can't help myself.
Especially if it's directed at Izzy.
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes I'll throw the Manel. and Izzy back and forth into a video when there's no call for it. Like we'll be talking about like cheese or something, and then suddenly just like bam, I'll just throw that in there just because I love it so much. Big fan of that.
Making an Elvis sandwich. Yeah, I just subscribed to just sub to you MMA plug. So
Yeah, I wouldn't give a fuck if Makayev was
yeah.
robbed as well. This is the one time I'd be very happy with a robbery, but yeah, I just think Makayev sucks. I think even if he is very effective at what he does, he's never gonna have an exciting fight. I know people always draw to the he injured his knee and then he fucking and he's managed to win the fight. He jumped on top of the cage afterwards. So fuck, like I don't think he was that hurt. He's boring and he's a narcissist, and I just don't like the guy. Fuck him. I don't wanna see him win. I want to see the and I find it so annoying that the guy is ranked 8th or 7th or whatever it is when he's only got 2 decent
Hmm.
wins. It pisses me off.
Yeah.
That this comment from Chris is on me. So sorry about that.
What's your goat cheese? I don't know. I don't have a goat cheese.
Probably mozzarella.
Um,
I'll go buffalo mozzarella. There you go. I do like me some.
Plymouth said he actually thinks that Cop would, or he thought that Cop would have done more in the UFC by now, which is true.
Mm,
But
it's the
it's
dropouts though.
always been extenuating circumstances that sometimes were his fault and sometimes weren't.
Yeah,
Um,
six out
but
of
he
nine
gets
times
blamed
were
for
not
all of
his
them.
fault. Yeah, 6 out of 9 times
Yeah,
weren't his fault, but he needs to get in there this weekend, and I think he will. I think he'll make it.
yeah. I hope so.
Yeah, no one wants to see Makayev and Pantoja. I think Tyra might get the belt by then though, or Asakura. I think Pantoja's going to lose his next one, and it's not even because I don't think Pantoja's good. It's just fuck him. I feel like if I
Is
say
it
things enough
wishful
times, they
thinking?
happen. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Oh,
feel like if
okay.
I say things enough times, they'll just happen. I'll put them out there. I learned that from Izzy, saying things over and over and
I'm,
rocking back and forth and hoping
I'm
for the
glad he
best.
could teach you something.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, do you guys want to do a poll on this? I guess we could throw up a poll just to see how it plays out. Because I am very much thinking about whether or not to put I am considering putting a parlay on this one, so or putting this as part of my parlay. So let's see.
Let's see. He said Tommy gonna win my late first round knockout or TKO. Maybe, maybe it could happen. Um, who do we think is going to dethrone Pantoja? I feel like it's got to be one of the new guys. I actually thought that Steve Erceg had a good shot at it, and Brandon Royval looked really good towards the end of that fight. I just wish he would have had that going in the beginning of the fight. But um, it's just funny every time he fights now, Pantoja, he looks beatable, and
Mhm.
it's just a matter of putting it together for at least 3 of the 5 rounds, and people just aren't doing it. He doesn't look dominant despite the fact that he's, you know, pretty much he's beat the top 2 contenders twice.
Yeah, I think if anyone's gonna, I can see it being somebody who's actually got finishing ability. So I think Tyra could do it. I was very impressed with his last performance. I think and he's smart enough to know that when he's not getting it done on the feet, he changes things up immediately. And I think once Tyra starts going for takedowns and the way he transitions on the ground is so good that once he decides that all right, I just need to go to that, I don't think there's many people that can stop him. And he's a very, very big, strong flyweight as well. Young. Yeah. I mean, Usyk did do good in that fight, but I thought Pantoja won 3 rounds to 2. I don't think there was any robbery or anything. Like Usyk definitely
Right.
did a good job, but I feel like it was too much too soon. And maybe we'll. Are you guys boyfriends? No. No, B-Fatty. Nice question, though. I wonder if B
Good, good
Fatty. I
try.
wonder if B Fatty's another alt of a certain person that we know very well.
Could be,
Could
could
be.
be.
Could be.
Make a lot of sense.
I appreciate you asking it though, because I'm sure everyone was wondering that. You cunt. Yeah, so I'm going with Cap, but I'm going with Cap, but I don't think I'm going to be betting on it personally. I'm kind of, you know, I'm not that confident in it, and it's why it's not on the main card. I just think it has the potential to be very very sucky. That's what I'm going with. I think it could suck. All right, so who's we'll put it to the chat then. What fight do you want to discuss next? We'll put it down to you
Yeah, I'm
guys.
curious what y'all think.
Why did I need? No, it's just more that my brain froze. It's more like, am I really reading this? It was more that I shouldn't be shocked anymore, considering some of the chats we've had, some of the chat requests we've had in here. I was literally like,
What's up,
I just dropped.
Anakin?
Say again.
My favorite Skywalker. Anakin, my favorite Skywalker's in here.
Anakin's back up in the building. Yeah. Um, Drickus versus Izzy. We could talk about Drickus versus Izzy while we're here. I don't mind discussing that. Who you got in Drickus versus Izzy, bro?
I think Izzy's gonna get back to being who he is. I think he lost his center when he fought Sean Strickland. I mean, Sean Strickland beat him. You know, don't get it twisted. Like he took that title away from him. But I also think that Izzy just lost who he was for whatever that 25-minute span was. I don't know who was in there walking backwards and getting punched in the face, but I think that
I think it was all
he
the dog talk. I mean, it was all
could
the
be.
dog
It
talk
could
of the
be.
week and just the sleepless nights thinking about how am I going to get over this one? Like, how am I
I
going
don't
to
know. But
recover from this?
I think he gets back to being who he is, and I think he beats Drickus.
How you doing,
I
Tori?
don't think it'll be an easy fight, but I think he wins.
Yeah, I can go with that. I think I picked Izzy to win the fight at the start of the year. I literally picked it going this exact way. I said that Drickus would get a title shot. I thought Drickus was going to get a title shot against some Adesanya originally, and that Adesanya was going to rematch him and get
Mhm.
the belt back. But I said that Drickus would get the belt and that Izzy would end up beating him towards the end of the year. So I just think that Drickus is tailor made for Izzy's kind of style, diving in a little bit recklessly. Izzy loves when people do that.
Mhm.
I think you're more likely
Yep.
to beat Izzy if you're like defensively very responsible and you're somebody who's able to kind of play around on the outside a little bit more and sort of pick shots, whereas Drickus is somebody who dives in. But then again, I mean, it's all going to depend on when Drickus goes for that first takedown. That's when we're really going to know.
Yeah.
And if he can get him
Yeah.
down and keep him down, that's basically where I go. But I think Izzy's probably gonna. I can see Izzy chinning him out, and I hate to say that because I fucking hate him.
That'd be
So
awesome. That'd be
it's all good
awesome.
MMA plug. Don't worry about it. Yeah. So which fight from UFC 304 do you want to talk about next? We've just done Cap and Makayev. What do you guys want to talk about next? If I don't get a response really quickly, I'll just throw one up.
Let's see. You see what Toron Brown said. Did you see what Curtis said in the press? Well, it wasn't a press conference, but in his little interview. What's up, 316? But he said that he was talking about Alex, and he said that he'd fuck him up. Which,
What Curtis said he'd fuck him up.
yeah, he did.
Yeah, coping. I'm getting more and more convinced that Tom Aspinall is going to beat the fuck out of him, but we'll get to that in a minute. The first one to get it in was hang on, we're going to talk about Leroy Duncan and Rodriguez. I picked this one I reckon this one's going to be fight of the night. And I think a lot of people agree with me on this one too. I think this one's going to be a banger. I was going to pick I was gonna pick Leroy Duncan originally and try to be like a loyal Brit, but having thought about it more and looked at their fights over, I think Rodriguez is going to get it done. I think his wrestling's better. I think he's less wild in his exchanges. I think Leroy Duncan wastes a lot of energy trying really dumb shit in there, and I don't trust him. I just think he's too wacky. So I'm gonna go with Rodriguez getting. I wouldn't surprise me if it went to a decision and they both hurt each other at different moments. But I just think, yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah,
go Rodriguez.
I think I agree. I did this. I had either had this or perhaps the Allen and Chikadze fight being fight of the night. But I think that Rodriguez is just a better fighter at this point. I'm. It really kind of shows how deep that division is. That he's not ranked, but
Yeah,
yeah, I actually think I think he hurts Duncan, and I don't know if he'll get the finish, but I kind of want to say that he does. I mean, I think the Rodriguez is that powerful, but I think it'll be exciting while it's going.
yeah. I'm with you. I understand what Paradox is saying. I want Leroy Duncan to win. He's just dumb. He's just dumb, and he does blow a lot of cardio. I do think Leroy Duncan's very good. I think this was he was supposed to fight what's his name? I know he had another fight booked, and I was actually fairly confident he was going to get it done in that one. I just think Rodriguez is a tough one. I got a
He is,
tough one.
man.
Yeah, he's got power. And again, it's more the fact that watching Rodriguez lately, he's very good at taking people down and applying chokes, and seeing him get submissions makes me more confident to pick him. Whereas Leroy Duncan got kept
Yeah.
down for what 4 minutes in his previous or his the fight he had before last against what's his name
Hmm.
Petrosian. Petrosian's not even a wrestler. Yeah, I'm making a why the UK will mog 304 video right now. Yeah, I'm looking forward to I need a little bit of a because I've been definitely wobbling for the last couple of weeks. I have this nightmare where Tom and Leon and I don't really care about Paddy, but definitely Tom and Leon, Robert
Yeah.
Brychek, that was it. Yeah, I have a weird feeling that Tom. I mean, I think Tom's gonna be okay, but I'm more worried about Leon, to be honest. I don't know
Interesting.
why.
Um, yeah, Bracek, he would have got knocked out.
Oh yeah,
That's a far easier fight. But him fighting Gregory Rodriguez is far more beneficial to him moving up in the division.
yeah.
So
And the thing is, yeah,
better
the
fight for
nasty
him.
thing
Yeah.
about it is, even if he knocks Rodriguez out, he's not going to be ranked,
Nope. That's how deep that division is.
which is still a problem. Yeah,
It's a
that's why it's a very
deep
horrible
division.
fight to take. But yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna go with Rodriguez. But I really, obviously, I think Leroy Duncan's great. I do. It's just that I've seen too many low IQ moments from him, so I don't think I can trust him. I hope you can, Paradox, because I'm wobbling, mate. But no, it's a great fight. And I'm glad that it's part of the main card as well, because I do think it will be a good one. And like I said, I think this one's a sneaky pick for fight of the night. I don't think I'm the only one going that way though. I like it for fight of the night.
You know, I feel like so we were working on doing this as a video before, and when we were working on doing it before,
Hmm.
the Modestus Bukauskas and Marcin Prachnio fight was like the first fight.
Yeah.
You remember that? It
Hmm.
was the first one we talked about.
Hmm.
Well, now it opens the prelims, so it's after the early prelims. So they've switched things around a lot. I mean, if they actually go by this, it's interesting.
I had a feeling the lineup was a little bit weird as well.
Yeah.
It didn't make sense. Like Shauna Bannon should be in the cage when we're all finding our seats, or when we're all squabbling outside, or I'm getting patted down by or I'm getting patted down by security who are asking why I'm dressed as a fucking wolf.
Yeah,
So that's I don't want to walk in and see the fucking Bukowskis and things already over. I mean, I'm not that bothered about it, but I don't want to be finding my seat while while Shauna Bannon's doing her walkout. Less of that.
yeah.
I'm not down for that.
It's got to be demoralizing too when you walk out and there's like nobody there,
Yeah.
and then you see like you see the people from the tickets that they gave you, which are going to be super cheap and very very high up. You see all 7 of those people way 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 up in the
Yeah,
seats,
yeah. But
surrounded by a bunch
I've
of
never
empty
understood.
seats.
I've talked about this before, man. I never understand, yeah, why people spend that amount of money on tickets in general and they turn up for the main card. I've never understood that.
Yeah, I don't get that.
Like, if I'm going to a live event, bro, I'm there early. I want to watch the entire
Yeah,
thing.
yep, all of it.
It's always been bizarre, and I've been at events before, and my thought was always like, oh, maybe it takes them a long time to get people through the door. It fucking doesn't, mate.
In the kitchen.
It doesn't. There's no one fucking there. Literally, you can just walk right through. Jake Gerber, how you doing, bro? Jake Gerber's another big swinger in the I don't know if you've heard of Jake Jax, but he's another guy I go into live streams a lot recently, and I fucking love his channel as well. He's doing really good things. So shout out to Jake Gerber MMA again. Get over there and sub to that guy because he's got some great takes, and he's
Let me
almost as
check
handsome
him
as
out.
me. So there's that as well. But shout out to you, Jake. Yeah, I'm thinking RoboCop will probably I think that's what will happen. I think they'll have some I think the first round's gonna be amazing in this one. And then I'd expect RoboCop to start applying a takedown game sort of towards the end of the first round. And then to see out the rest of the fight that way. That's kind of what I'm expecting. So it could end up being very boring, but if these guys start swinging, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah. Oh man, Jake, I just subscribed to you, man. Jake got them numbers. You got
Yeah,
a
Jake's doing
bunch
his
of
thing.
subs.
Jake's doing his thing. Yeah, I really enjoy his work. Um, yeah, and that's the thing. That the only thing that does again, Anakin's brought this up. A few people have brought this up. RoboCop has been chinned, and he got very badly hurt by. I thought they could have stopped that fight with Chidi Najakwani as well, when he basically got his
Yes.
fucking eye, when his eyebrow was basically hanging off his face.
Yeah.
But in most situations, they would have stopped that. So there is that worry because he does have some weird like facial scar tissue situation. So if
Hmm.
Christian Leroy Duncan cracks him early on, we could get it could get interesting because he is quite easy to hurt, like or visibly hurt anyway. But
Yeah,
it's a
he may
fun
not
fight.
be actually hurt, but yeah, he has no head movement. He has Donald Cerrone's head movement.
Yeah, he kind of stops moving after a couple of minutes. Like he kind of hops
Hmm.
around a little bit and then eventually he just plants down and starts swinging. Wait, he said he's gonna fuck Alex up. I thought you guys said he was gonna fuck Tom up.
No, Alex.
We probably could.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
probably could.
like when he said it, I was like, it's possible. It's possible.
Yeah. It's not a stupid take. I mean,
Blades is a
you gotta have
big old.
confidence in
He's a
yourself.
big boy. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, he's supposed to say that. And plus, like he even said, like, I'm not gonna sit here and strike with him. Why would I?
I mean,
This is in
that's
boxing or
just
kickboxing.
I mean,
Even
he looks very
Tom.
dumb,
Tom
but
did an
apparently he's
interview.
not. Yeah.
Tom even said if he fought him, he's like, dude, as soon as they say, fight, he's like, I'm running over there and tackling him. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not standing with him. Why would I do that?
Yeah, that'd be dumb. Yeah. Have you ever thought that Curtis Blades looks like he was like frozen in an iceberg and then they just like thawed him out like 1,000 years later? He has those Neanderthal kind of not a
He
thousand,
does.
10,000 years.
Yeah, he's a oddly shaped face or head,
Have you seen
and
him
he's got the
without a
bald
beard as
spot now.
well? Have you seen him without the
I
beard?
did. I actually saw it today. Somebody had on Twitter.
He looks like a different
Yeah, dude.
human.
They had him, Hamzat, without a beard. He looked insane. Oh my god, he looks so weird.
I can see why they went with the beards, to be honest, because they do look Inbred. I think is a
Yeah,
fair way of putting that. I
you
I, I
you're
don't know if
right,
I
Anakin. Like when Sergey KO'd Curtis, Curtis was winning. When Derek Lewis KO'd Curtis, Curtis was winning.
Mhm.
So I mean,
And then also when Curtis was losing to Almeida and then kind of reversed the fortunes on that one. So that's the thing with Curtis is
mhm.
that Curtis only tends to lose to guys when people lull him into thinking he's doing really well and then they clip him. That tends to be how Curtis loses. I thought I did pretty well with that as well, crossover. I thought that was real good. I'm real proud of that. I haven't seen the interview about him going off on Alex, so I don't
I mean,
really.
I thought it was. I don't think it was crazy. Um, not to mention like you said, you had to have confidence. Um, and for him to say that he would, you know, for him to go up there and be scared of a smaller man like that
Yeah, it would be
doesn't sound like a
ridiculous.
person who's about to be an interim champion. So
Yeah, for sure. And Curtis is like a legit 265er. He's not like on the smaller side of heavyweight. He cuts to make the heavyweight limit, and he's not a fat blob as well. He sort
no,
of looks quite. So no, I don't think it's a stupid thing to say. Not by a long shot. Yeah,
nope.
I think we're getting a little bit of
You want to jump on
feedback
this?
here.
No, you want to talk about Allen versus
Yeah,
Giga?
we can. Yeah, we can do Allen and Giga. Let's go to Allen and
I know
Giga.
that you're. I know you're not very impressed by Giga Chikadze.
Nah, I think he's shit as well. He's
Yeah,
got a
that
kicking
line
game, and
is
that's it.
interesting too. That line is very interesting.
I think it's about right. Like, because I think people are going to be dumb. I think people are going to be dumb enough to bet on Chikadze.
I don't know why they would. I mean, I don't have that much faith in Giga. Like I thought that when he was coming up that, he had a little something,
Mm.
but then I started to see him against fighters that were, a little bit more established, and I was like, he doesn't have what I thought he had at all.
That's the thing that the Calvin Cater fight was very telling. Calvin Cater
Yeah.
beat the fuck out of
He
him.
yeah, he did. He made him look very regular.
Yeah, I think Allen. I
And
think
that's
Allen's somebody that. Yeah, I think
that's the
that's why
fight
I'm
that I
going
always
to
bring
Allen.
up Anakin.
Yeah, I think that's why I'm going to
Oh,
put
go
Allen.
ahead.
I think Allen's a fairly safe one to put on the. If you're making a parlay this weekend, I think Allen's a pretty good one to put on. I think he's better everywhere. I think he
Yeah.
can stand with him. I think any suggestion that he can't is ridiculous. Ridiculous. Um, but Allen's also got the ability to take him down as well. So I think Allen's an easy one for me. I mean, I think this is going to be a cakewalk for Allen.
Do you think he finishes him, or do you think it goes to decision?
Giga is tough, and Allen has some power to him, but he's not exactly known to be somebody who finishes that well. I mean, I know he finished Hooker, who shouldn't have been down in 145 in the first place.
No.
Um, Allen's more of a I don't know. He's got more decisions in his career. I'll put it that way. I'm not saying Giga's a complete pussy. I'm just saying he's shit. So I think it will be it will be a pretty clear decision for me. I think Allen wins it. Like I think they have a close first round, and then Allen wins round 2 and 3 pretty clearly. That's what I'm going with. But again, I can see why people might be willing to stay away from this one because the odds. I thought the odds were going to be a little bit. I thought the bookies would have it a little bit closer. I don't think it's going to be a close fight, but I thought it would be. I thought you could maybe get Allen as maybe a 175, which probably would have enticed me. But at minus 245, it becomes a little bit less enticing. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, I was just looking at Allen's record, and yeah, you're right. I mean, he's got Out of his 19 victories, 11 of them are finishes, and only well, no, 4 of those came in the UFC. So he's got 4 finishes in the UFC out of 10 wins. So
Mm. Yeah, it's a
it's a
tricky
hit
one.
and miss.
I do think Allen's very good though, very well, right? And he's shown that he can. I mean, I know that he lost to Max arguably 4-1, but he showed that he could compete in there. Imagine what Max
Right,
Holloway
he
would
looked
do to
good.
Giga.
Yeah. Well, Max will do
Imagine what
whatever
Allen
he
would do
wants.
to Cater, you
Yeah,
know? Yeah. So I'm
especially
going with
with Patty.
Allen. I'm definitely going with Allen. I think the one that we really need to talk about is the next one up on the card is Green and Pimlet, because I think this is the one that really needs some close attention because I've been going back. I still don't know what I'm going to pick, who I'm going to pick right now, and we're here.
Yeah, this one's tough, man, because Patty Pimblett is not a disciplined striker. He's got power. He does have power. And if you stand in front of Bobby Green without having, your T's crossed and your I's dotted, he will catch you with some stuff. Like he's not, despite that one punch knockdown that he did, a few fights ago, like he doesn't have power like that, but
Mm,
he still will piece you up and have you very confused, and then he'll start talking to you and get you out of your game. And Petty already has admittedly had some mental issues. He doesn't need this on top of that. So that could be something that works against Patty. I feel like if Patty is able to get it to the ground some sort of way, take it to his comfort zone, then Patty can have his way with him. Even though Bobby Green is a very good defensive wrestler, um, Patty's a level above him when it comes to the ground. So I feel like that's his best path to victory, but Patty can knock him out. He can. I just don't. I wouldn't want him to fall in love with his hands like that because
yeah,
bad things will happen.
yeah. I think the size and strength is what's making me edge with Paddy. I think well, the size, the strength, and the youth. And it
Hmm.
kind of looks to me, yeah, like Paddy. You know how Paddy usually balloons into a fucking like marshmallow man in between fights. It doesn't look like he's really done that this time.
No.
He looks like he's in very good shape. Because you can see his face has been like leaner months
Hmm.
leading up to the fight, whereas usually he looks a little bit more kind of, you know,
Round.
round. Round is a good way of
Yes, he
putting
looks
that.
like Charlie Brown. Round. Yeah.
So yeah, it just depends on if Paddy's going to be stupid enough to try and prove a point and try and trade with Bobby Green, because I think that would be very silly.
Yeah. That would be
So
dumb. Looks like the chat is kind of split too. Like looking at what people are saying, like Crossover said Bobby's going to piece Patty up on the feet. Anakin said Patty also has slick submissions he can pull off.
yeah,
Toron said Green's going to get a finish. Like it's kind of all over the place.
and we've got 12 vote. I mean, we've got 12 votes right now, and it's still fairly even. I mean, I think it's literally 7-5. So
Are they leaning Patty or?
They're leaning Paddy.
I wonder why. Where you
I
guys
wonder why.
from?
Yeah, I think that's going to be the issue. I think Paddy being able to take Bobby shots is going to be a big key to this as well. I see it as a kind of a Green possibly winning the first round, and then Paddy maybe taking the least path of because Paddy's wrestling is not good. That's the issue that I've got. He's got like a 25% takedown ratio or something, or 25% takedown rate, which isn't great.
Maybe it is not great.
Well, it's not great, but no, I mean, but most of his wins have come by submission, so he is getting submissions off the back as well. Like he doesn't necessarily have to get people down to submit them. So Green probably feels like the more sensible pick if you look at the numbers because his hands are better and his takedown defense is really good. And also, Paddy has fought nobody good. Like, literally. You could I mean, if you're
Yeah.
arguing that his hardest fight was the corpse of Tony Ferguson, which we can't, his hardest fight in the UFC has been Jared Gordon, and Jared Gordon beat him. So it's like, I don't know, it's something just tells me with the crowd behind him and with, I don't know, with the age and stuff being a factor now as well. I think Paddy's going to get over the line, but it would not surprise me if Bobby Green got it done as well. This was the hardest fight of the night to pick for me by
Yeah,
far.
I'm in the same camp. I think that I'm leaning Patty. I think Patty gets it done. I think, but I wouldn't put anything on it. I wouldn't feel comfortable. Um, yeah, Jared Gordon is very tough. He's been through a lot. You know, if you ask him, he'll tell you how many times he's OD'd. So that's a tough dude. But and he did win that fight. He definitely won that fight.
Yeah, I don't
But
think
I think
anyone
that
does.
Patty has improved since then. I think he may have, personally, when he went home, he may have treated it as a loss. Um, but I think that he's improved. I think he's in better shape. Him and Molly looked amazing heading into this fight, um, which is not something that you can always say about them. And Molly looks in very good shape, and so does Patty. So, um, yeah, I'm leaning Patty for sure.
Yeah, I like the fact that he looks a little bit more conditioned going into this one. But again, this is one that I'm not touching in terms of betting props at all. I'm not going near it. I could see no outcome in this fight would surprise me. I think the only one would surprise me would be like Paddy just absolutely catching him with a right hook or something and chinning him out. That's the only thing that would surprise me. But
All right, Docs. If you get that parlay wrong, don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me because that fight could go either way. But if you're feeling frisky, man, go ahead and throw some on Patty.
yeah, if you're feeling froggy, leap in it. That's what I would
Yeah,
say. Yeah. Yeah, so I guess we move on to the co-main event now.
yeah,
Aspinall and Blades. What do we reckon, people?
man. I'll tell y'all this. Don't count out Curtis. Don't count him out. Curtis is he's only lost to 4 people, and all of those people, they're power punchers. Um, but maybe he's learned something since then. Um, about leaving himself exposed, because that's really what happens is he leaves himself exposed, doing something, and they catch him, and it's curtains from there. But I think that he's learned something from them, and I think that the odds are correct. He should be a sizable underdog, but I think he's already seen how Tom moves in there, for that brief amount of time they were in the
What that?
cage.
You mean that
he's,
15
he's seen how
seconds?
they move. Yeah, he's seen how he moves though, so that does help a little bit. But
I don't know. He came in there with an injury that was kind of well documented. And I think the fact that Tom's had a much longer training camp, he's known about the fight for a lot longer. I'm feeling more and more confident going into the week that Tom's going to get him done in round one.
that would be amazing.
I just have a feeling he's gonna chin him out, and he kind of needs to. He kind of needs to. I don't think we've seen what Tom can do wrestling. We've seen, and the thing is, Tom is way better than Curtis Blades on the ground as well. He just is. Blades' only advantage could potentially be the ability to take him down, but Tom's no slouch in that department. And what happens if he does get it down? Blades' entire game is ground and pound, take down and ground and pound. That's basically it. And Tom's very
Yeah,
dangerous on the floor. So
very.
a Tom sub wouldn't surprise me, catching him in something unexpected. But I think he's gonna catch him on that chin and put him out. That's what I think.
Yeah,
Tom is
yeah.
unbelievably
Tom has
fast.
crazy, yeah, crazy hand speed, moves, you know, amazing. Yeah, I can definitely see that. I can definitely see that. And I if I were putting money on it, I'd definitely bet Tom. All I'm saying is that Curtis might make it interesting.
Hmm. I don't think that's unreasonable. What do we think in the chat? How do we think it's going to go? I assume most people are going to be going with Tommy Boy.
I would think so.
Yeah, I think I kind of feel like Tom has to get it done in the first 2 rounds because he's only ever been out of the first round 3 times in his career, and he lost 2 of them. One of them was by DQ. It was a 12-6 elbow situation as well, funnily enough, in one of his earlier fights. Um,
Hmm.
but he's never been beyond the midpoint of a second round in his entire career, which is worrying. And I know he trains really hard, but it's different when you got the adrenaline going. And yeah, but Derek Lewis has got power though, Torren, but he's not. Derek Lewis is not a technical striker at all. Like that happens in a lot of. Derek Lewis is basically he waits for that moment and catches him. I don't hate the cut. Like all up to this week, I was feeling that this could be a very hard fight for Tom, but I've kind of leaned away from that more recently. I just feel
Is
like
there
Tom's.
something that happened, or you just start thinking about it more?
I just think, yeah, looking more deeply into it, looking at the way that Tom's been training, um, and yeah, it's the fact that it's like what Anakin said, the fact that Sergei caught him and he just walked through it. Sergei hit him with his best shot, and he walked through it. I don't know if Blades has the same power as. So Tom's got a good chin. He's way all the tangibles you can look at are in Tom Aspinall's favor.
Yeah,
He's got the home
I do
advantage.
know that if yeah, that's true. That's true. That helps. That I think he lives like 20 minutes away from the arena.
So he's going to be ready for everything. Like, I mean, I imagine the pop he's going to get that night as well. Everything he does is going to be elevated to 11. Every time he touches him, it's going to be, the crowd are going to be losing their shit. I
Yeah,
don't know. I don't think it's going to matter. Though. I don't see this going 5. No chance. But it's just, yeah, I just feel like this is Tom's time now to. He's young as well. He's just turned 30, isn't it? 30, he might be 31. A
something like
young
that.
dude.
He's yeah, super young for the heavyweight division. That's for sure.
And the
Yeah,
heavyweight
he's
division needs
31.
yeah, they need because I think the most defenses in heavyweight history is 3, right?
Yep, 3. Stipe Miocic.
I mean, we that needs to stop. We need to have like an era of like a dominant heavyweight, and I think Aspinall could be the one really. So yeah, I'm
It
going
definitely
Tom.
seems that way. But if he loses, oh my goodness,
Another let off for John Jones, I guess.
man, so crazy if he loses. I hope
Yeah,
he wins. I hope he wins. But if he were to lose and Curtis were to win, I mean, it would be hilarious to me. I'm not, a major Curtis homer or anything like that, but I think that goes against the UFC script. I know that.
yeah, it's hard to argue that. Very hard to argue that. All right, so we'll talk about the main event then. Um, yeah, who you got?
Um, I mean, I still feel like this is just going to be a continuation of what was happening in their first fight. Leon Edwards was piecing that man up. Bilal couldn't do anything. Even though I do think that Bilal has improved. He's in way better shape than he was then. His striking has improved. He's improved a lot, but so has Leon. Even since then, I think that
Yeah,
Leon has improved. Those fights with Kamaru, the preparation that he had to get the belt, I think has really leveled him up, and I think that he's still far away. What's up, Side A?
how you doing,
I think
Seth?
he's still far away from Bilal. I don't think Bilal will have anything for him. And you know what? It's funny, man. People, I think you said something about it in one of the chats, ITP chat, or I don't know, but um, they said I think his coach was saying that he's got Canelo hands now.
Yeah, if
Come
that's not
on, bro.
delusional, I don't know what is, man. I think they're maybe talking it up just because they do know that there is a big deficiency there, and they maybe want to put in Leon's head that they've turned a corner. And so if Bilal strikes with Leon, he's going to have a very bad night, very quick. And I think it could be very quick. I actually think Leon's going to knock him out in this fight.
That would be
You know,
amazing.
you know when people assume that you get two decision machines in at the same time, that's usually when things go in the other direction.
Yeah.
I think Leon might finish him within the first. I'd say probably I'd probably go for a little bit later in the fight, maybe the fourth. But yeah. We can definitely talk about the mod situation, Torrent. I don't actually make the decisions about the mods in here. I've got a head mod. I've got two head mods who decide that. So we'll definitely discuss it at some point. But you've definitely been around in here enough to have got my attention for sure.
Um, yeah, Leon, he's got 14 fights in the UFC, and 4 of those are finishes. So he actually really needs a finish just to
Yeah.
boost his stock a little.
But I think it's I don't really put that as down to Leon not having the power or not. I just think Leon does not get touched. He's a very like Leon's going to be CTE free when he gets to the end of his career.
Oh yeah, he is.
He's doing things the right way. I would if I was I mean, people ask this question often. Would you rather be a Gaethje who gets fucking smashed all the time but is loved for being, or gets touched all the time but is loved for being an exciting fighter, or would you rather be somebody like Leon who maybe gets seen as a little bit boring but wins and wins effectively? If I was a fighter, I would want to do it the way that Leon does it. I wouldn't want to be getting fucking
Yeah.
my brain scrambled every time I go in there.
Yeah,
Get a win.
for sure.
Because the people aren't going to be there to hold my hand in the home when I don't know who the fuck my kids are. Like those
It's
messages
true
aren't going to
though.
get me through those long nights.
No, no, that's true. Yeah, I'd much rather do that too. I
Yeah,
mean, he's still gonna end his career as a champion with a good amount of money, a lot of respect. Like,
yeah. I think, and that's
mhm,
the thing. I mean, he does win very effectively. He just does.
mhm.
Like I think Leon, the whole narrative of Leon being boring comes from the fact that he does sound like he's had a lobotomy when he speaks. I'll be honest, but I find the guy quite funny, and I think he's interesting to watch in there. He's very technical. It's like I think yeah,
Uh,
Jake Gerber did a really good video. Jake Gerber MMA did a really good video breaking down Leon striking against Bilal in their first fight. And I think he might have done another fight as well where he's showing, I think it was the Bilal one that I watched specifically. The way he sets things up is so clever. Switching
yeah,
stances, switching between the body and head. Like he knows how to set things up, and he knows how to use feints to put people into traps. Leon is a very high IQ technical striker. He just is. So
mhm, mhm.
I think the stark between, yeah, what Leon said about Bilal today was really funny. I think he said something along the lines of, they asked him a question about kind of how effective Bilal might be in the wrestling, and he said something to the effect of, this guy ain't GSP, he's not Khabib, he's Bilal, and just put the mic down. Leon's got some bars, man. I'm telling you, he's I've because he interviews a lot in the UK. And he has actually got a bit of a personality to him. He just sounds like he's dumb. That's the problem. That Brummy accent does not help. But he's actually kind of. Didn't you think like the interactions between him and Kamaru were quite funny?
Yeah, they were funny. Once I started to understand what he was saying,
Yeah, that's
like,
another tricky thing.
because there's so many accents over there.
Mm-mm.
I mean, just like there's a lot of accents over here, but um, some of them they're just hard. They're just hard for us to like slow down. And like when he's talking, he seems like he's talking so fast, and he's talking through his teeth. And you're like, I don't. What are you? Huh?
Yeah, it's
What are
very
you saying?
nasally. It's very nasally the way he sounds. It just is. But I like
Yeah,
I've liked Leon from the jump. And it's not because he's a UK fighter. I can just see the technicalities for what they are. Like I just think he's good, and I think he's gonna
yeah.
win dominantly on Saturday night. And I fucking hope he does because I'm probably gonna be a pool of sweat at that point. I'm gonna definitely have to have like a. I'm gonna have to bring something with me because I've got the pillow
You're not
along. I've
gonna be
got
able to be
the
in that onesie during that time.
yeah. I've got the ones you picked out. Yeah. Like
Yeah,
Chris fully gets the credit for that because he's been pushing for that for the last couple of weeks.
and you made him do it, Chris. That's wild.
Yeah, I literally because
That is
obviously
wild.
I didn't own a onesie, so I got one specifically for the event.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
I don't have any onesies.
I agree with 316. He seems like a good family person. He's obviously had tragedy and stuff in his past, but I think outside of all of it, he's a lot better. He's a lot better of an MMA fighter than people give him credit for. And I think he's gonna get rid of Bilal once and for all on Saturday night, and I can't wait for it. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. So I went into
What?
I just
What?
pulled up YouTube
Hang on
over
a
here.
second. What's he saying?
What?
Frankie, have you heard the arena will stop serving drinks at 1 a.m.? Please tell me that's bullshit. That's actually
Oh, that's wild.
that's actually a UK law. I've just remembered. It's all right, bro.
That's
I'll probably
awful.
I'll probably I'll probably buy like 16 pints and just have them in and around my legs. I'll be fine. I'll be all right. But thanks for bringing that to my attention, though, because that would have. I think that is a law in the UK, isn't it? You can't buy booze after 1 a.m.
Hey, yo, check this out though. Your boy Kenny Okoye,
It's not my boy.
he's doing a live right now, and the title of it is "Leon is terrified of Bilal."
Yeah, he's been saying Bilal's gonna win for ages as well. I can't deal with that fucking idiot anymore. I really can't. I really can't. He's retarded. I thought you like it's like I've said this about him before. I thought he was a troll, and I used to be like, oh, he's saying things for clickbait, and I was like, oh, fair enough. Nah, he's just tarded. That's a whack law. It is. It's because people in
That is
England have no
crazy.
behavior, man. We
And
need
we do? We
restrictions.
don't. We don't.
We need
We're
restrictions
awful.
put on ourselves. Yeah, yeah. I don't know where that
But
came
no,
from.
I think that I think Curtis has a better chance of beating Tom than Leon or than Bilal has to beat Leon. Um, even though I think that Tom's going to win, but if I'm talking about just their ability to win, I just feel like he Curtis has an outside shot. I really don't think Bilal has a shot.
Yeah, Edwards is Jamaican as well.
Unless he turns into Habib, maybe he turns into Habib in there. I don't know.
I think he's been getting coffees over in Dagestan. To be honest, I think they've just been getting him to do the coffee runs and the fucking. Also, on the subject of Bilal juicing, I don't think he is. I just think he's been in proper training camps for once, and that's why he's looking better than ever, like shredded
Yeah,
wise. I
dude
just
looks
think
in great shape.
because the way they do it in there is pretty much. Don't they have that system where they don't do rounds? They just do like if you've been taken down, the round doesn't end until you get back up again.
Yeah,
I mean, it sounds basic
that's
to me, but good.
crazy. That sounds very tough. Very, very tough.
I'm looking forward to it though. I mean, so far we haven't had any pullouts. I mean, touch wood, we don't get any.
Eh, it's early.
It's early. It's
Manel
early. We
still has
still got
time.
yeah, Manel still. But even if we lose the Manel fight, I still think it's going to be if that's the only one that we lose, I consider that a win. We're
Yeah,
definitely going to lose somebody. We're gonna get to see
I
Colby
hope not
weigh in
though.
as well. That should be funny.
Oh, that's right. He's the backup, huh?
Yeah, I think it's gone under the radar. I think he's literally going to pitch up and weigh in from what I've heard.
Oh man,
Whatever.
why?
We know why. Let's not be coy now.
It's amazing the kind of physical damage or change a fighter goes through when all of a sudden they take things a lot more seriously. It's true. Very, very true.
R.I.P. So Tatsia, how did the end of that debate go? I tuned in for some of it. Did he unlife himself live on stream? Because that looked like that was rough for a little while. How we doing, boys? It's a musical raid. Sweet. I thought he was handling that. Wait, is Snip?
Dang, what happened to him?
What do you mean in the? How are we doing, guys? You've turned up just at the right time. We just finished talking about the cards, so now it's basically a free for all in here now. How you doing, Cheddar?
Yeah, it's about to be insane. It was
It was
unhinged.
absolutely
Yeah,
unhinged. Yeah, that's the
I wouldn't
impression that I
expect
got of it.
anything else.
That stream was goated. Bloody hell! It looked like it was getting out of control, to be honest, but in a fun way. In a fun way. I don't even
What?
like that's.
No.
I definitely he choked on a pistachio again. Did he do it on purpose this time? Because it looked like it was going in that direction. It seemed like from the little part of it I did see, yeah, it did seem like musical was like turning into like a very uncomfortable like ref in there. Like 'cause I jumped in. How you doing, Jigsaw? I jumped in at the point when there was this, I think it was a dude named Tom was arguing about the American Civil War with Hank.
That's still
It's
bizarre. Like,
crazy.
how did that even come up?
I don't know how it came up. Like I jumped in right in the middle of it, and it was getting uncomfortable. I was like, shit. I'm glad that's not me, because yeah, Hank lost his shit. Man, that sounds amazing. At what point did he
Yeah,
lose his shit, Deadpool?
yeah.
I'm genuinely curious about this.
Yeah, somebody has to give me the play-by-play, like, what happened in there?
Yeah, I
'Cause
need some highlights because I'm definitely going to go back and watch it, but I want to know what I'm going to be looking forward to. Yeah, what did he
Hank
rage
Rage.
about? Yeah, what did he rage about?
Was it about the Civil War, or it didn't turn out how he thought? But
Or was
thought Melson, he
Did
wouldn't
Melson
have
stoke
that
the
much.
flames? Yeah,
Uh,
uh, Melson is a menace, bro. Having a
Paradox, did
conversation.
you actually go over there? You actually went over there?
He started screaming at camera over. Yeah, those two have got a very checkered history. Those two have gone at it in here multiple times, and I've just literally sat here being like my chat just filling up with them fucking slap fighting, like legit. It was the one point. It was the one point when I've been doing a live stream where I'm just like, yeah, I think I'm done. Quit. I'm out.
Oh, yeah. Was it Monday?
Yeah, it was on
Was that
Monday.
Monday?
It was on Monday. It was fucking dog shit, mate. Like parts of the stream were fine, but like it was just the majority of it was them just shouting at each other.
Okay, wait. So Little Man said,
Nelson said
I
she's
was trying to I was trying to explain that I personally believe every American, no matter what race or creed, should be armed to the same tier as outstanding military, and everyone hates me for it.
so little man. Yeah, were you the one who was on a call in? Yeah, was that you? Just so I can clarify what was going on there, because I'm assuming it was somebody from the chat who called in. Yeah, it looked like it just turned into like a. I really felt sorry for musical. I only watched for like 15 minutes because it was literally before I was about to go in here. Little man, it was Little Man versus Hank. It's good to get. All right, we're building some context up now, people. I am Tom. Sweet. All right, gotcha. I gotcha. I'm all caught up now. Um, and it literally musical just looked like he was like, fuck. He was just like didn't know what to do.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's wild.
I've seen
So it's
I've
not
seen I've seen Hank go crazy in here before. I like Hank. He seems like a nice bloke, but he's been baited a few times. I don't, and the thing is that you weren't saying anything out of pocket or anything. You weren't calling him anything personal or anything. There were a few little jabs here and there, but you were mostly just coming at him with kind of facts, one would say. And
Yeah, I
I'm
gotta go
definitely gonna
watch
have to
back
go
and
back.
watch the thing
Yeah,
now.
I'm definitely going back and watching that as well.
Yeah, y'all came in and hyped it up.
Hank's straw manning was impressive. Yeah, I need to go back and see this. Like, so do you think like the Hank and musical thing is going to be a regular thing now? Do you think this is going to entice musical to do it more or do it less based on what you've seen? Because it sounds like this is the talk of the town right now.
Yeah. What
If I was him, I'd get him on a contract.
controversial topic are y'all gonna talk about this time? Like, it sounds like it was a political debate.
That's what it turned into. Yeah, I knew that it probably wasn't going to be an MMA thing, which is good. Does anyone know if Hank is an MMA Joey fan? I got no idea. I know about Sniff. I've seen him around. So before I even used to stream, I used to see Sniff. Sniff's a provocative gentleman. I used to see him in I used to see him in Guru stream back in the day, and he was always donating. So I remember him for that. And I've seen him in musical stream as well. So I know a little bit about him.
Said the government is not on our side and politicians aren't our friends. We need to look out for each other and form communities. That's my belief.
Sounds
Hard to
like a very
argue.
reasonable take to me. Yeah.
Hard to argue.
That's the thing. You kind of need somebody who's like a bit unhinged. It makes it entertaining. Frankie is
Apparently,
invested.
you're a mod.
That might be the worst thing anyone's ever said about me. That might be this might be my lowest moment on YouTube. Fuck you, Chris. But no, that's like
Now you need
it sounds
counseling.
like musical might be onto a winner here. That's what you do, man. You just need to get you just need to get unhinged people on and
Hmm.
just let them cook. You just have to go with it,
Yeah,
man.
I would say it's interesting that that musical was the moderator. Like that doesn't even sound like something that he would do, but it sounds like he did a great job.
No, it is. It is. He's very good at doing it. Like musical is very good at doing it in his own chat. You know, when things are getting a little bit unruly, he knows how to get things back on track. Musical's one you've got to watch out for when he's on the keyboard. When he's on the keyboard, it's a little bit different. But it doesn't surprise me that he was able to keep control of the situation quite well there because it sounds like it was like I said, I only saw like a 10-15 minute snippet of it. And I was thinking, shit, this is I was almost disappointed that I was going on live myself tonight because I was literally like, fuck, this is gonna be wild.
I didn't know that this
You could see it was
something that was
building.
planned.
No, you could
Hmm.
see it was building, definitely. It was building to something, and I was like, "Ah, should we go on a little bit later?" I felt like sitting around for that, but at least now that people have confirmed that it was entertaining, I'm definitely going to go back to it.
Man, boy, yeah, yeah. It was. It went from a political debate into a rap battle.
Hey, don't yeah, you've already got me on the line. I don't need more. You don't need to sell it more. Hank started gloating
That's
that the
wild.
American government can use nuclear codes on their own people. He seemed aroused by the idea. Okay, all right. I got to
Oh
admit,
my goodness.
it descended into name calling. Like I did see that I did see that Tom was hitting him with a few. They weren't like it wasn't like horrible insults or anything, but it was a few like there were a few little jabs in between when he was making his points, and I was thinking Hank's gonna. You could see Hank was getting more and more pissed off, and then Sniff came in. Yeah, yeah, Sniff's pretty good at getting things to go nuclear. If you got Sniff and Melson in the chat, that's usually enough to create,
Yeah,
you know.
that's true.
And then the fact you've got Hank actually on camera, that sounds like a beautiful recipe for disaster. I love it.
Yeah, I gotta check this thing out.
And said some not YouTube friendly stuff. Yeah, that's how I met. I was Hank did tell me he was gonna go on. I didn't realize it was on tonight. I thought it was on at the end of the week. But just literally about 10, 15 minutes before I was going to go on, I saw it. Hank's a good kid, just very misled by rhetoric, to be honest. I instigated him on purpose to get the real him out. And it seems like you very much succeeded in your endeavor there, sir.
Sounds like it.
Hank got really offended when Tom said, "You people, weak men." Yeah, I can see why that would be a trigger. Maybe we've got to have Tom on here some point and get somebody else on for him to provoke as well. That could be. We've been talking about doing phone-ins for a long time. I'm just very concerned
Yeah,
about somebody whipping out the old D. That's my only concern.
it's true. Well, if we do phone ins, we could do it to where they don't show them visibly, some sort of way, maybe.
Yeah, but then people will just
That'll
start. They'll just start shouting out other things that could potentially not be good as well. But we'll
we can
see.
hang up.
I suppose. Well, there is that option. Yeah, I could do that. Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely something we need to look to. But this looks like it's going to be one to. They could do this every week. Because I will say this about Hank, like he's not shy to say about. He's not shy to state how he feels. He will go in. Hank telling little man to kill himself, then playing the moral high ground card was interesting. Wow, it sounds like it got. It sounds like it really got heat
Hmm.
because like I said, when I was in there, it looked like the tension was brewing. It was definitely brewing. What was the crux of the debate about exactly? Like what was the you got back really quick. Well, you mean you just watched that? I think it was on for like an hour and it was gone for a good hour.
Yeah, did
Unless,
you
unless,
watch it
unless you
on
want to
like
fast forward.
3 times speed, 5 times
Yeah.
speed? Oh, natural. What's up, bro?
Macho is trying to bring the talk back to actual MMA now. I think I can guess what that specific word might have been, Aaron. I swear to God, yeah, I actually find I find Melson quite amusing. I know a lot of people hate that guy. I find him quite amusing, but literally when he was in here on Monday, I was literally thinking I need to kick this guy out because this is getting stupid now. It was literally just fucking wild. It was a riot old brew. Oh man, I've got to say, man, you guys are getting me excited. I feel like I've got something to
Yeah,
look
I
forward
just
to now.
bookmarked it. I just saved it to watch later. So yeah, I'm watching the thing. Definitely watching it.
So I believe there should be zero gun restrictions and that the civilians should be on par with the military, and Hank doesn't. I can understand why that could lead to a lot of like, there's no way to incite rage quicker than people who have different opinions on gun control.
Yeah, for sure. What's good, Metro?
How you doing, Macho? Good to have you here, man.
It's a hot subject right there. Gun control. That's especially in the state that I live in, Texas. You already know.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I mean, obviously in the UK we've been kind of taught up to believe that or to think that guns would just heighten the problem, but I can see an argument for but it's mostly because we don't really see armed police officer out as well. Armed police officers out as well, so it makes it seem less of a pressing issue. And we have enough issue with knives over here anyway.
Yeah. Match what talking about. Sup, whoa, Black Betty, my queen. He's still on this,
He's
man.
never gonna let that go. Yeah, he's never gonna let that go.
Oh man, dude, he's so wild. He's so wild. How much longer you gonna be on? I'm gonna jump off and oh wait, before I jump off, ITP, what's good, bro?
How you doing, ITP?
Oh my goodness. No, yeah, I've already got this thing bookmarked. I'm definitely gonna watch it. It just sounds insane for you to jump in and hear something about the Civil War. They've already talked about uh, the gun laws. What else did they talk about? The government.
I mean,
That thing's
I
gonna be insane.
I tuned in when the Civil War was being brought up. I think they were talking. They were going into, yeah. Just I think Tom was making the point that you know how often one side will use intimidation in order to kind of gain an advantage, and then you could just see the
Hmm.
tension was building in that moment. That's the part that I caught.
Yeah,
ITP debate Melston on the next musical stream. That would be amazing.
yeah. He's gonna have to change his name from musical MMA to musical debates
Yeah, for sure.
because I think he might have nailed something here for everybody to be so hype about it.
Yeah, I think he's found it. I think he's landed on a gold mine here for certain.
Mm-hmm.
He ghosted your membership. What do you mean ghosted your membership, Marker? I was telling him if Harper's Ferry would be successful without guns to try and wake him up, and that not only one side relies on firearms to make a change. Yeah, I mean it's a fair point. It's not something that I would have a deep like knowledge of because I think musical found himself in a very similar position where he was like, bro, like I'm. So it must have been very difficult for him to police it in that way because our um our collective understanding of this being from this side of the world is a bit less diluted. It's far more diluted.
Yeah, I see how y'all got to the Civil War if you brought up Harper's Ferry. See how that came up is yeah, that's a very, very pivotal point there, and guns were heavily involved. So
Yeah, for
I'm
sure.
not going to talk about that because you know that ain't what we do.
Yeah, it seems like a slippery slope.
Very slippery,
Yeah. Sounds
very
like it was a
slippery.
fun one though. I'm definitely looking forward to going back and having a look at it for certain.
As a casual viewer, yes.
As a casual viewer, yeah. Not getting directly involved.
No, not interested.
Yeah.
Not interested. Yeah, little man, I'm acutely aware of the abolitionist movement, slavery, all those things.
I don't know much about it myself. Certainly not over there. But yeah, it definitely looks like you got what you were aiming for there, Tom. You might be
Yeah,
the star of the show there, mate.
sounds like it.
Because you need like a provocateur in those situations, and it's like the gunpowder in the match, isn't it? Like that's what you need. Just need that spark to get things going. I could tell it was going somewhere.
You ready to watch dudes who are forced to fight in the wee hours of the morning when they're normally sleeping? Yeah,
Yeah, no, but most of us are up watching the event at home anyway. So at least we'll have some. At least we'll have the atmosphere and the well, the beer being cut off at fucking 1 o'clock according to Paradox as well, which has just occurred to me. Fucking hell. So
yeah.
that's kind of filled me with dread, and we're not going to be able to sneak anything into the venue either because they usually check quite thoroughly for stuff like that. So yeah, I don't know.
Cheddar said that he's going to sprinkle a little bit on blades this weekend. I don't blame you. I don't blame you because it could be financially beneficial.
Yeah, yeah. I think if you're going to make a bet in that fight, you have to go because I think it is closer than people are thinking it's going to be. So I would definitely sprinkle the money on the underdog in that one if I was going to make a bet on it because minus 400 on Tom just seems a bit too crazy for me. I'm not touching that. That's the issue that I have with this whole card. It's not a very good betting card, in my opinion. I think either the people you think are going to win, the lines are too wide on them, and the fights that are close are obviously not worth betting on for obvious reasons. Where are you sitting in 304? I'm on the floor. I'm like 6 or 7 rows back from the cage, which I've heard isn't I've heard isn't amazing, but I am going to be in my my onesie finally turned up, so I've got all, and I've got my little travel pillow, so I'm pretty much ready to go. I'm going to be going to the Q&A thing with I'm going to be going to the Q&A thing with Brutally the day before as well, so it should be a good little weekend. We'll see. I'm going to have to sleep throughout Saturday though to make sure that I'm ready.
Yeah, that's a long time to stay up. I mean, you have plenty of practice, but that's a tough one. That's a tough one.
I think I'll be all
Oh,
right.
here's a question for you from Rick. Do you see this question from Rick? He said, since you got hand tats in a sleeve, would you consider a Cody Garbrandt style face tat next? It's the next logical step.
Nah, I don't have hand tats. It's just very dark in here. I'm not completely retarded. And no, would I put a wonky dagger on my face? Fuck no. No, I think I've only got like the full sleeves done. That's it. I think I'm kind of done with the tattoo game, to be honest. I don't imagine I'm gonna tattoo. I tattoo in places where it's not. You can wear like a long sleeve shirt. If I wore a long sleeve shirt, nobody would know I had tattoos, and that's kind of the way I like it. I like to be able to
Interesting.
I like to be able to hide them when I don't put them in anywhere where you have to, you know, cover up or wear gloves or whatever to hide them.
Yeah.
Which is why my tattoos kind of come quite high up my they come quite high up my wrist as well, so I've got a little bit of space. I kind of thought it through.
Yeah. No,
Has Rick Allen blocked me? I can't see his messages. Possibly, bro. What do you reckon he might have
I
blocked you
don't
for?
think so. I think he's on one of the other accounts.
Welcome back, Phil. Apparently you missed a hell of a barnstormer over at Musical MMA.
Yeah. Crazy debate. Crazy debate.
Yeah. Did I say hello, Phil, already? I don't think I did. I'm not a stoner, bro. I'm intoxicant free.
Yeah. Tattoos like Andre Feely. I don't even remember Andre Feely's tattoos. Anytime I think about Andre Feely, I think of two things. I think about him getting knocked out by Dan Ige, and I think about he has those gauges. That's the only two things. And I think he's missing a tooth. Those are the things I think about when I think about Andre Feely.
Yeah, pretty much the same. Pretty much the same situation. Yeah, Phil kind of comes up here quite regularly now. It's I'm very pleased about that. He didn't even deny it. I love
Yeah.
that from ITP. He's like, "Yep." Not, not, not even
I'm
not
sorry.
even like not even like, "Oh, what do you mean? I didn't do that?" Or just ignoring it. It's like, I'm sorry. That's it. I love that. We're not really debating anything right at this point. We kind of talked about 304 a bit, and then musicals guys came in from what sounded like a different kind of civil war,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
sounded like it'd be fun.
Talking about gun control and the Civil War, and what else do they talk about? Political involvement and big
I,
government
th-
and
I think
small
I think I
government.
think
And
Tom was just using the civil war to like substantiate his point about how the dynamics of it work. I don't think it was specifically like a civil war chat, from what I understand, but
yeah.
I think it was firmly about gun control, which can get very out of hand quickly. Being sorry isn't a reason, Phil. I love that. I love that. It's like I need to know so I can do it again. I didn't even know you could revoke or hide a membership status. The reason is I'm dumb. I mean, I think you should forgive him, Westy, at this point. I think it's like, you know, he's apologized. He sounds very remorseful. Does the reason really matter?
Yeah. I think all should be well.
Oh, and Jesus. So I know there was a see, those are two topics like I said, I was raised as a Catholic, but there are two topics I know. I don't think there's two topics I know less about than guns and Jesus. Like literally.
Wait. Do you see what what Black Betty said? He said
Wait,
when Sniff said, I'm
Sniff
not
was on camera. I've got to watch this. I have got to see
What,
this. No, I've
dude?
got to see this. I need to make sure I get this in my bookmark immediately.
Yeah, I already did it because there's too many anecdotes that they brought up about this. Too much. Too much. Yeah, Phil.
Yeah,
They came in here
I'm
so hype
tempted
about
to
this stream.
end the stream early and head over there and head over and watch it pretty soon because like this sounds like gold.
It kind of does. Kind of does.
I didn't
Hey
when you
y'all.
said Sniff came on, I thought he came into the chat. I didn't know it was like I didn't know he was on camera. That's a you just that's it now. I'm done. I'm
Yeah, that
sold.
changes things.
I'm
It
sold.
changes things. Before y'all step out, I think I'm gonna live stream during the fight on Saturday. So, and we'll figure out how to get Frankie and probably brutally, maybe brutally, to jump in from time to time. They'll be at the event. So, um, yeah, if y'all want to jump in and watch, definitely do that. But
Sweet.
just a heads up.
Thanks for stopping by, bro. Appreciate it. It was fun.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm gonna go watch the stream too as soon as this is done.
Yeah, I'm probably not gonna
Yeah, yeah,
be here for too long because this sounds way too juicy, man. And
yeah.
I'm
I
already
need to
quite
know.
tired as
I need
well.
to know.
I need to find out. Maybe you could watch it now and then jump in and give me more reasons to end the stream early. That'd be good.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna jump off and check it out real quick.
Sweet, brother. So you're saying Sniff was on the phone and in video? Fucking hell. Sniff's one of those ones who's been around for so long. I'd definitely be curious to know, like. So when you say he's like part black, what do you mean? Is he? I don't know why. I always assumed that Sniff was black. I don't know why. It might be because I know a guy who I grew up with who was who we used to call Sniff and was a Nigerian dude. Watch it on stream. Yeah, I shouldn't be asking for spoilers really. I've already got it bookmarked up. I'm jumping over there straight away. Chris Grace completely lost interest in it. Slurs were thrown. Nah, I've got fairly thick skin. I think I can handle that. I've seen movies before, you know. Watch it on stream. Watch it on stream. I don't know how. I'd have to get musicals permission to do something like that because I'm assuming his watch hours are going to go through the roof of people watching that time and time again. Yeah, is he like Anthony Smith black? Yeah, you might have to. Yeah, I wouldn't blame you for doing that, to be honest. I feel like I need to do not watch it on stream. Yeah, fair enough. I think that's more what I was alluding to as well. I think when the N bombs and stuff start getting dropped, which I'm assuming there were those moments, then bro, who's gonna have the balls to break it to Ngannou who isn't gonna see his dead son again because there is you brought this up on ITP stream and it's a good one. Like I said, man, I'll be happy to be there and collect your teeth for you if you're willing to be the man to do it. Like I'll drive you to the hospital or to the fucking cemetery, bro. Yeah, the chat was getting wild. Your friend might be a little upset. You mean because N bombs got dropped? He drops N bombs all the time. I think he can live with it. I've got to say, man, you guys have really got me hyped for this. I'm very excited by the prospect of looking at this. You've lowered the muffin price. That's very nice of you, man. I didn't know you sold muffins. I thought it was strictly pizzas and coffees. 52.12 for sniff moment. Hang on a second. Where are we? I hope this. I'm kind of worried here because I don't want this to get taken. He's not going to take it down, right? Shit, live. Oh, there we are. So it's 52.12, yeah. Let me put my headphones in to make sure it doesn't get too fucking. Oh no, I don't want to get anything that's going to get me fucked in here. All right, hang on a sec. Clearly, I've got the wrong things plugged in. All right, there we go. Oh shit, man. Yeah, sniff does not look like I was expecting. Hang on a second. 5212. I thought he was what? Oh shit! Yeah, the musical's fucking dying as well. Oh man. Yeah, I wouldn't have been able to control myself if somebody did that live on stream as well, man. Fucking hell. That is wild. When are UK fighters gonna learn wrestling, bro? We've got some fighters that can wrestle a little bit. Come on, bro. Paradox, I'll support your channel, by the way, but I'm not buying pizzas until you're monetized. The thing is, though, Westy, in that situation, you're just going to be giving most of Paradox's money to YouTube. Is that really, and to the tax man? Is that really what you want to do? I didn't say anything about God, bro. You brought it up. No, it was just I gotta say, he's got a nice little throw there. I'm gonna be real. I did not think that Sniff looked like that. Fucking hell. That was not what I pictured at all. He's definitely got some mixed genes in him. I've never seen he's basically got afro hair, right? Fucking hell. I wouldn't have been able to contain myself as well. I'm looking forward to seeing this. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. It came out throwing gang signs. I feel like if I stay on here for too long, you guys are just going to spoil all of this for me. So yeah, I think musical wheezing. Yeah, he was fucking dying, wasn't he? As soon as he like double take like, and then he just fucking wow. Yeah, that was hilarious. I was supposed to hop on, but it got a little too hostile. I've got to say, yeah, this is a great idea on musical side for sure. He should reserve like one day a week to doing this stuff. Was there like a topic in mind, or did he just let people cook? Like, what was the situation? I'm just not interested in signing my bank card to anything. That's a fair point. Yeah. I clipped Hank's mental breakdown. Want a sneak peek? Yes, I fucking do. Yes, I do. The only thing is, how would I play it on here? Have you got a channel, Deadpool? Yeah, little man. Well done for. I think little man set the tone really. I think you set the tone, and man, I can't wait to see this. It started off about the second U.S. amendment. Was that what the structured? Was that what it was structured on, or was it just kind of people turn up and they start, talking about whatever they want to talk about, or was that like the opening topic going in? Man, I have to watch this. I feel like I don't want to be here at this point. It's timestamped under the video. Fucking sweet. I appreciate that. I think what I'll do is, like I said, if anyone's new in here, do subscribe because it's been a bit of a dead zone the last couple of days, but we should have some good streams up and going soon. British dude talking about the US Constitution. No, we're not talking about. No, no, I don't think Musical was the one who was necessarily leading that charge. I think it was just he sounded like a referee pretty much at that point, and then he was just and then he just broke character and just started laughing at everyone. From what I've seen so far, put me on. I'll talk about the Queen of England. Yeah, I don't really know that much about that either. I don't really know that much about this either. I think I'm gonna call it. I think I'm gonna call it ahead for tonight. But I'll probably be back. I'm probably gonna do a live stream on Friday. I'll try and do it from Manchester after the Q&A thing, let you guys know how it went. I'll do a little overview and we'll catch up from there. But if you are new here, I'll send it on Discord. Sweet. Oh, perfect. I've just seen it pop up. So what I'll do then, guys, is I'll head off for now, and then I'll come back on Friday after I've gone to the Q&A. I'm gonna have a look at it right now, Deadpool. I appreciate all of you for turning up. If you could like the stream on the way out, that would be really, really great. And obviously, if you're not subscribed, if you could do so, that would be brilliant. Yeah, sorry, this was a bit of a quiet one today, but yeah, it was a quiet one today, Phil. But there's definitely more to come. I appreciate having everyone here. I'm just itching to get over and see how this debate went because I feel like that's where it's at right now. Throw hummus at Bilal. If it gets to like the midpoint of the first round and it's looking like he's just gonna fucking hump his leg for the preceding 25 minutes, I might try and pull something off, but we'll see. Thanks all of you for stopping by. I really appreciate you, and I'll catch you on the next one. Should be on Friday, but there'll be a couple of videos.